Yo, alright, so I'm finally doing this tier list that I talked about in my previous videos, and starting off, why not just rank all the killers, right? So, Pursuer. Pursuer is like one of those killers that I feel as if has the highest skill gap. Against like a bad Pursuer, you literally just bully him with your server, but against a good Pursuer, I feel as if they'll consistently dominate lobbies and they'll just destroy you. So I'm just gonna put him in S tier because, on paper as well, like in game and on paper, Pursuer, he doesn't really have a hard counter. I know boost pads, it's really bad for Pursuer, but the thing with bonus pads or whatever is that there's a long cooldown on those. So the second you don't have those, he's just gonna start like shredding you apart and your entire team. So yeah, Pursuer's in S tier. Actually, let me go ahead and change this. I'm gonna change this to 1, 2, 3. Damn, I'm really slow at this. And 6. So it's easier to kind of visualize. All right, now Artful. Artful is my favorite killer in the game, and I feel as if Artful is kind of similar to Pursuer in the sense where they have really high skill gaps. Like a bad Artful is definitely noticeable from a good Artful. Do you get what I'm trying to say? I feel as if, again, a good Artful, you're not really going to be doing much against them, but they are worse than Pursuer. Because they can still get looped if you don't have music boxes down, and I want to say they're map dependent, because realistically you can win on any map with Artful if you're good enough, but yeah, they're map dependent, bro. I'm not gonna lie, they get fucked over on some maps. So with that being said, I don't think he's better than Badware, but I don't think he's worse than Killjoy or Harkin. Yeah, I really don't think he's worse than any of them. So I'm gonna go put him in 3. Yeah. Oh wait, I don't really need this one because there's only 5 killers in the game. And stop to that one guy who keeps on asking me to update Die Death. Dude, I don't work on the Die dev team, bro. I can't update the game. What do you want me to do? Badware, first off, he's definitely not worse than Killjoy or Harkin. I used to think he was really shit and like only a pub stomper because, it's really annoying against a good player team to get all your computers down and be able to leverage that speed. But I feel as if the thing with Badware is that their skill ceiling isn't as high as like Pursuers or Artfuls. I would say they're better than Artful because, you can just camp your computers and have a boring ass round and win, right? But I also feel like I wouldn't say they're better than Pursuer just because Pursuer is way more consistent. Like for Pursuer to win the game, he just has to shred the entire team, right? Like I don't really know how to explain it. Badware can't really dominate lobbies as well as a good Pursuer can, and a good Badware is still gonna win, but I feel as if, especially when the scaling for destroying computers gets higher, Badware starts to like struggle seriously against I don't know, like a team that's locked in. Like if there's one person on one side of the map for Badware and another person on the other side of the map for Badware, that team starts to struggle a lot. Or not that team, that Badware starts to struggle a lot. Because you can't focus on both people at the same time, and one person is just going to destroy the computer, and the other person is just going to keep on running away from you, and, it's just pain. So I'll put them better than Artful because, they do, like, destroy lobbies. But I just feel as if, and Badware can be better than Pursuer. It's just he's not as consistent as Pursuer. So yeah. Then I'll put Killjoy in 4. On paper their kit is really strong. The only thing that holds them back is their M1. Like, okay, they have to they can get jukes so easily, but if you're a Killjoy that can predict jukes, you are him, bro. You are him, and your deploy is literally guaranteed damage. It is literally guaranteed damage unless you don't like replace it. That will be guaranteed damage, and that can block off loops easily. And if there's still loops that you're struggling against, you can use flight. But here's the thing with flight, right? Here's the thing with flight. I've literally cracked the code, and for anybody watching this video, I will reveal to you how to avoid being hit in flight, right? So let me open MS Paint real quick, because I don't really feel like recording footage for this video. So this is you in flight, right? This is you in flight, and this is you guys like my drawing? Wow. Ooh. Okay. This is the kill droid, and they're like flying, so this is like the fire. Yo, that looks like a massive turd. What the hell? Okay, so they're like flying. Basically, for you to avoid flight, all you have to do is just walk in like this. Like, you hear the thing and just, or not walk, but like sprint in like this direction. Like that. And then when they can't shoot anymore because of their M1 cooldown, just walk so you can recover your sprint. And not to mention, if you're block as well, let me go ahead and draw the block face. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, and then he's like mad. Oh yeah. What the fuck is that? If you're block as well, you know, you can just react to Killjoy. And if you're cloak, let me go ahead and draw the cape. If you're cloak, you can just invis the second they they use flight, and Killjoy's flight won't target you. So basically, what happens is this is the Killjoy after you listen to this advice. And then they're also like crying. And then this is you. Ding ding ding. So yeah, that's my gripes with Killjoy. I feel as if the devs said, I think that they're gonna rework 2 of Killjoy's moves, and I think the 2 moves that they're gonna rework is detonate and deploy, because deploy is literally just guaranteed damage. Like, it's actually so dumb. And detonate is the worst move in the game. Kinda. It's literally only good in one bounce to ragdoll the survivor. But think about it. It does like 10 more damage than a normal M1. How much M1 damage does Killjoy do? Like 25, right? Yeah. And it basically it slows them down, yeah, sure, but you also get hurt from it, and you waste so much time doing it. It's like 10 seconds or whatever. Like, it is not viable in LMS just because of how much time you waste. I mean, I guess if they're like one shot and you have like 40 seconds on the clock or 30 seconds on the clock, it's viable. But I mean, it's also kind of easy to avoid. All you have to do as survivor is just run away, and then they have the Killjoy has limited sprint, so they can't really catch up. And if the survivor has taunt, dash, cloak, or what else would work? Yeah, if the survivor has like any of those 3, adrenaline, you basically just don't get it off. So yeah, that's why I rank them lower than Artful. I think Artful just does what Killjoy can do, but like way easier. And you know, maybe that's just me glazing Artful because he's my favorite killer, but you know, I don't think Killjoy is better than Artful. And then last is Harkin. Now this might be a shock to some people because Harkin can usually destroy lobbies, like destroy them. And the problem with Harkin is that they, against good players, a Harkin will just get fucked. Unless a player will like mess up. If you get looped as Harkin, it's literally just over. Like, okay, agitation, but it's really easy to avoid that. And even if you hit it, it's like 10 damage. And then Tangle only works like sometimes. Like most people are just gonna juke it anyways if they're good enough to loop you, right? And then you also have the lowest killer HP in the game. And you know, you might be thinking like, oh, but how did they get looped? They have their enraged state. It's because like the second you go out of that rage state, and the second you go in that rage state, people are just gonna get distance on you by like running as far away as possible. That's how you counter them going into that, by the way. And then once you try to catch up, they're just gonna loop you, and you have less stamina, so you can't really do anything. And then you know, your rage state, if you don't hit anybody for long enough and you don't make noise, it's just going to go away and you're just going to get looped even harder. And then you can only use immolate if you're at max HP. You can only use immolate 4 times before dying. Or is it 3? Yeah, I think you die in the 4th. I don't really remember. But yeah, you know, Harkin is the pub stomper. That's kind of like the same with Bad Word. You know, they're also a really good pub stomper, but Harkin is reliant on pub stomping, I guess. And what I mean by that is, bro, you put a Harkin on a base plate, they just lose. If there's some, like, anybody competent in that server, they just lose as Harkin. It is actually kind of crazy how bad they get countered by loops. Yeah, they definitely need a rework. Or not like a rework, just like a I'd say like a buff. Or maybe they do need a rework just to help them like not get looped as bad. Yeah. So let's move on to survivor abilities. Okay, so I'm just gonna like use these abilities. I'm gonna rank them based on how good they are to help you survive and how good they are for Malice as well. So starting off, or not Malice, that's Forsaken. Evilness. Starting off, Caretaker. I love you. If you pick Caretaker, you are the GOAT. Alright? You're probably gonna get hard targeted, so that's something to watch out for as Caretaker. But it also helps you gain Evilness, because if you get like everybody in the lobby to stand still for a heal, and they all need a heal, you get a good amount of points as well, so that's a bonus. And also, you are literally carrying the team on your back. Like, you are the GOAT if you use Caretaker. And I don't see enough Caretakers in my lobby, and I get like the randomized decks or whatever, but without a Caretaker, your team literally just loses the game. Probably. Most of the time. So yeah, that's Caretaker. Punch, I feel as if is also S tier. It's really good for farming Evilness, and it is the best stun in the game. The only other one is like Revolver and I guess the Banana Peel, but that's not really a stun. So Punch is good because like it has a longer stun than the Revolver, and it's just so consistent. It is literally so consistent. If you can land your shot, like, you can also just use it like whenever a survivor gets like trips on a banana peel or something, and you can use it to push, especially on base plate, you can use it to push the killer off into the water. So I'm ranking that S tier. Like, if I see Punch, I immediately want to pick that deck over another deck. Block, A tier. It's like there are some pretty good confirms for you to like be able to get your block off easily. Like, for example, a Harkin's Agitation or Killjoy in general. But the thing is, if you miss your block, you get hit twice. So yeah, that's why I'm putting it A tier. I don't really know how it helps for Evilness. I'm sure it's probably fine. But you know, I'm not like incentivized to pick block over like something else. Dash. This might be controversial, but like, bro, Dash is such like a... I know some people love Dash, but like, I've never got the hype around it, bro. Like, I'm willing to give it D, bro, but like, it doesn't farm Evilness at all. After the bug got patched, honestly, I'm just gonna give it Z, bro. After the bug got patched, you know, literally the only situation where you use Dash is when you're at 0 stamina, and you need to use it to like gain some bonus distance. But like, think about it, bro. When was the last time you used Dash like in that situation where you're being chased, and then you survived for like more than like 20 seconds? I don't know. Like, every single time I've seen someone use Dash to like try and get out of a chase, they just die 10 seconds later because of the stamina regen, like being fucked for like a second or two. And then you can use it to dash like abilities, I guess, but you can also just juke out the way. Like, I feel as if dashing kind of like accomplishes the same thing as juking would do, except dashing will just, you're not really like stopping your death, you're just kind of prolonging it. Yeah. And also, if you don't use it at 0 stamina, you waste 30 stamina, so you're also just dying. Like, what? Adrenaline, it's like B tier. Listen, I pick Adrenaline all the time to farm evilness, and it is really good for farming evilness because, you know, if the killer isn't even looking at you, you can just run across the map real quick and it doesn't really matter. But I mean, it's kind of like, it kind of just feels like a better dash in the sense that, you know, if you use it in chase, you're only really prolonging your death by like a little bit before the killer eventually catches up. Because that stamina regen, it does hurt, bro. It does hurt you. You know, the only situation where I'll use adrenaline in like a chase is if it's LMS and there's like 10 seconds left on the clock. Because by then I can figure out like, okay, well, they're not going to catch up. And like, think about it, bro. Hark can just tangle you at the end of your adrenaline, and like Killjoy literally just can ignore it because he's a ranged killer. Pursuer can just use Stalk or Howl. Artful has music boxes and walls to corner you. And what was the other kill in the game? Battlor just has infinite speed if your team isn't good enough. So I'm giving it B tier because, you know, it can be helpful and it's really good for farming evilness, but, you know, yeah. Cloak. This is literally the best survival ability in the game. You know, it's also good for farming evilness because if the killer isn't looking at you, you can just use it and get away easily. And Cloak will literally win you games. Like, I've been in multiple situations where I probably should have died, but because of good cloaks, I've literally just been able to avoid the killer for like so long. Like, there's no like bad stamina regen at the end of your cloak, so you can just deplete your entire stamina bar to 0 and it won't matter. And then the only thing bad about it is that the killer can see your like torso if you're like being hurt, but just face the other way. Like, come on. So yeah, it's literally, I will argue that it is the best ability in the game. It is so good, in the sense that it will literally win you rounds. It's not really good in the sense for like teamwork, but I mean, come on, bro. The thing with like teamwork and die death is that even if you like help some, nah, that's not true. I'll help everybody out on my team if I can. But you know, the thing with teamwork and die death is that like, the majority of the teamwork is just really civilians wanting to land their abilities off, and gain evilness and points more than, you know, they're trying to help you as much as they can. So, but, yeah, Cloak is literally goated. It is, there have been multiple situations. In fact, there was a situation where, this Battlor had like, computers across the entire map on glass houses, and the only reason I survived that round, after being chased for like 2 minutes, is because of the cloak. Like, he would literally just have to waste so much stamina catching up to where I actually was at the end of my cloak, and then I would just be able to gain distance, and he wouldn't be able to regen stamina. Cloak is the GOAT, and it's great for farming evilness too. Bonus pad. I'm gonna give this A. It's really good. You know, if you use bonus pad, you're GOAT. The only problem with bonus pad is that it takes so long to get your cooldown back on, and you know, the killer can realistically just hit you while you're placing it down if they're observant enough, and there goes your bonus pad, right? So it's really great for farming evilness if your teammates actually look at it, and it's literally the sole way you counter pursuers. So yeah, bonus pad is pretty good. I don't really know what more to say about bonus pad. Hot dog. I'm giving this F tier, bro. This is the worst ability in the game. I don't care what anybody says. This ability is just horrible. Like, there's never been a situation where I've thought, wow, I really want to use my hot dog right now, or wow, I need to pick that deck with hot dog right now. Because there's only 2 reasons you pick hot dog, right? For Badware to be like a guinea pig, I guess. Yeah, you're literally just a guinea pig against Badware, and your sole reason of living is just to destroy computers. And even then, if the Badware like looks at you for more than like 2 seconds, he can just kill you, because you get to a point where you're so low on stamina because of those hot dogs. You know, it's literally just impossible to do anything. And then also, the other reason you'd pick hot dog is literally just become a chud ball, a meatball, bro, and just eat as many hot dogs as you can. You're basically trolling. It is It gives you no evilness, and it is the worst ability in the game. I don't care what anybody says. Actually, I do care what you guys say. I'm a very considerate guy. All right, moving on. We got Revolver. This is like a B tier ability. I'll give it more than higher than Adrenaline because like I pick Revolver a lot. But the thing is, 90 stamina hurts you, bro. Especially against Pursuer. That stamina difference hurts, and against like every single killer, that stamina difference hurts. The only thing it's good for is that you can. By the way, guys, don't use Revolver as like a short-term stun. That's what Punch is for, okay? You know, I see a lot of people using Revolver like right in front of my face, but the reason it has shorter stun is because you're supposed to use it at a long range. Revolver is like the team ability for me. You know, I've busted people out of chases multiple times just hitting snipes. And, you know, hitting a predict snipe is also like really fun and rewarding. And if you use it at range, you're also not really putting yourself in a chase, so that's good. But oh, what else? It gives you good evilness as well, I guess, probably. But the thing is, you have to reload it, which I guess isn't the worst thing in the world, but you basically can't reload and chase. So it's not like Punch where you just have to wait for a cooldown. And then 2, you know, the short stun really hurts. So if a killer is like right in front of your face, you can shoot them and it'll help you like survive like 5 more seconds. But you know, it's really not, it's not meant at all for short chases. You know, this is what I use Revolver for, right? Killdroid LMS, you know, it's not actually like the craziest thing in that LMS because Killdroid gets bonus fire speed, but that extra damage and the fact that you don't need to reload is nice. I will admit to that. And then I also, this is what I need to see more people doing. If you're going up against Artful with Revolver, you need to try and predict when Artful is going to place his music box down. Music box down, so you can just fully cancel out that ability, because that's something you can do with Revolver. You can just cancel music boxes. Also, I don't see enough people destroying walls, which is really important on a map like on Teapot Paradise. You know, if the entire team is trapped, use your gun on that wall. You're not gonna gain evilness, so I can see why you wouldn't. But you know, it'd be really nice of you to help out the team. You know, little teamwork goes a long way. And yeah, taunt. That's like the first C tier ability. Also, I just wanted to like give something C tier, so I just gave it to taunt. Because that's kind of what it is, right? I mean, its best use is going up against Killdroid deploys, because that is literally the only way you can counter Killdroid's deploys. Like, holy shit. Killdroid needs to have more methods of... Killdroid's deploy needs to have more methods of, like, being able to be destroyed. And if, you know, they're in flight, then there's really just nothing you can do. But anyways... Taunt is like a pretty good ability, I guess. It has like a pretty low cooldown. The only thing is that, like, you know, if you use it in chase and like the killer's like right on you, it's not going to save your life or anything like a punch would. Or yeah, taunt is pretty decent. That's all it is. Oh, banana peel. Banana peel is also on the same level of taunt. It's like basically it's pretty. Actually, I'll put it above taunt because of Showtime LMS, and that's what I like to call it, the bullshit LMS. You know, if you just juke, if you have like a decent amount of health and a solid amount of distance by the time LMS starts, which is usually what happens by the time LMS starts, you just win the game. Even if Artful gets close up to you, you can just juke them out and then get a banana and then they're on the other side of the map. So yeah, that's why I'd put it above taunt. Also, it's funny seeing the ragdolls. All right, so killer abilities. Behead, it's pretty, or what, no, it's Cleave, right? Yeah, that's Forsaken. Cleave, you know, it's pretty consistently good. I'd honestly give it A tier. It's like one of the most consistently good abilities in the game. There's really nothing more to say about that. How it gets S tier, you know, it literally just allows you to win chases most of the time. That's why it has the long cooldown. And yeah, it's a go for regenerating stamina. Stalk, I feel as if a lot of people sleep on Stalk. Like, Stalk is, I feel as if it's really good. I'm gonna give it B tier because, you know, it's really nothing special. You can just get punched in the end lag of it, and you can get punched at the startup of it, and you won't go anywhere. But I'm giving it B tier because here's the thing: if you stalk right next to a civilian, and then you deplete your entire stamina bar, and then use how, you literally just win the chase. So yeah, it's kind of dependent on how, but it will give you, like, it really does help with loops and shit like that. And it has a really low cooldown, so even if you get punched, you can just use it again, and then they won't have their punch on cooldown. Artful's Wall, this is like A tier ability. Yeah, I'm gonna put it above Cleave, and I'm gonna put it not an S tier because it can get broken really easily, and cloaks can literally just go through it. But it's really good. Music Box, S tier. I don't really think this surprised anybody. I would put it below Hal because you have to be in a certain radius for it to actually work, and you know, it can be destroyed, but that like never happens. But yeah, it's really good for like fucking loops. Badware's computer. Badware's computer is really good. In fact, the entirety of Badware's kit is like really fucking good. Now that I think about it, like, okay, Badware's computer gives you speed from, like, it has a really long range. I know why the range is so long, and like on a map like HQ, you can have bat computers on the bottom floor to help boost you on the top floor, which is kind of weird. But yeah, Bolt is also really good. I don't think this is a surprise to anybody. I mean, it literally, you regain stamina while you do it. That's kind of dumb. Like, you literally just win chases because of Bolt. Put Bolt on any other killer and they're automatically S tier. Rifts, this is, I mean, all the Badware's kit is like dependent to Badware, you know. If you put like any of their abilities, or if you put like Badware's kit on like another killer, that killer would literally just be broken because Badware, the thing with Badware is they're slow without their kit. So yeah, honestly, I'm just gonna give this B tier because like it's good, but like, honestly, I don't even use Rift that much. Maybe I should be using it more. It's really only good if your like computer's about to break, or it's like been broken and you get the ability off just to get that speed bonus, that tech. Flight. Flight is actually, Flight is ass, bro. Did I not mention earlier how you just counter Flight? Like, Flight, if enough people knew that tech, Flight would literally just destroy them. You know, I'm done gatekeeping the tech that I just found out like 2 weeks ago, but the only great saving grace that I'll give Flight is that it's you know, if you're missing all your shots, you can use it to land maybe 1 or 2. And then also, like on Teapot Paradise, you know, you can just fly through that gap in the middle. You know, it helps with your passive, Killjoy's passive. But you know, with that tech I mentioned earlier, it's literally just ass, bro. I'm sorry, it's ass. Deploy. This is literally the best ability in the game. It literally just gives you easy damage. I don't really know what more to say about that because there's literally nothing you can do against Deploy except taunt tech, but even then the Killjoy can just like shoot you after you taunt, or they could just, their deploy cooldown is shorter than your taunt, so it's not gonna matter. Yeah, it's literally just guaranteed damage. There's no counter to it. Agitation, this is like such a mid ability. I'm just putting it in F tier. I don't like really think it's F tier, but I think it just look cooler in this tier list if I put it here. The reason I'm putting it below Flight, even though Flight's not hitting shit, is because Agitation against a block, it literally just feeds into the block. I mean, I guess you can bait it out and like cool, I guess, but like Agitation, bro, it's easy to avoid. It does low damage, and I really only use it to get noise, to be honest. That's the only reason I use Agitation, like, ever. Yeah, it's really not that good. Tangle, this is like A tier. I'd put it above Howl just because it's kind of dependent if you land it or not, and it's not like the easiest thing to land in the world. But it definitely has a higher skill gap if you're good at predicts. And if you do land it, not only does it heal you, which is already good, but it puts a multiplier on damage, which that shit fucking hurts, especially if you're enraged as Harkin. That shit fucking hurts. So yeah, next ability, Immolate, B tier probably. I'll put it above Stalk because it's pretty good for... On Harkin, it kind of sucks, and you know, if you use Immolate, you probably might catch up. You know, half the time, Harkins that use Immolate that don't immediately go into rage, they're not catching me up to me if I'm like looping them, but they will catch up if they use it right before the rage, and that's kind of like its only purpose. I don't know. I know Oxyteo does that a lot, but honestly, half the time I go into rage, it's like I don't even need all that speed because they're like right next to me, so I don't see the point, and it kind of just like hurts you a lot. Yeah. This is like a C tier ability. It's just good at applying pressure. It's like easy to get to if like a civilian misses their punch or something. You just do 1 and 1 and then a repurpose. And yeah, this ability is really easy to get, and it's also just pretty good. It just applies pressure. There's nothing really more to say about that. The only bad side is that survivors can block it, and then your abilities get locked for some reason. Yeah. This is honestly, I put the repurpose music box at like B tier. I know that's kind of weird, but like honestly, like repurpose music box like only barely helps me like catch up, to be honest. The wind up, you know, the wind up just gives them time to like gain even more distance, and then you're catching up a lot of the distance that they got with that music box. So I mean, I guess it helps, but you know, your stamina doesn't change. You still have 90 stamina, so you know, at some point you're gonna have to wait for that. I only ever repurpose a music box if like, I don't know, I there's no reason for me not to. Repurposed wall. This got a buff and it made it way better. 15 damage is, or I think it's 15 damage. It's not that much, but it does help you catch up to chase like way better than I would say like a music box does if you land it right. The only gripe I have with the repurposed wall is that I see a lot of people like they will literally just place a wall down just to repurpose it. I think that's really dumb. A lot of people underestimate the power that a normal wall does. It can make people take like the long way around loops, which is what Artful needs, by the way, because he has 90 stamina. And it can also help just completely block off areas of the map. I don't know why people repurpose their walls immediately after placing them. I've done it too, but only because I was trying to like clip farm the new buff for Artful. But yeah, a lot of the times I'd rather just have like a wall blocking off something. I think repurposing the wall is like pretty viable, but you just need to do it when the wall's about to break. And with that, the tier list is over. But yeah, that's the video, guys. Like and sub, and love you guys, bro.